Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be getting into a bunch of different smokes that are going to help you get out on B, A, and mid here on Overpass to help you feel a lot more comfortable. And without wasting any time, let's get into the first ones. All of these smokes can be thrown from one spot, which is the best thing about these guides. So you line up with this little kind of cross section here and the wall. You can do a bunch of different ones, but the first one we're going to look at here is Heaven. If you get lined up with the horizontal bar just here, and then the split in the pallets that are leaning up against the wall, what we're going to do here is a run throw, but as soon as we hear the first step, we're going to do our jump throw. So essentially, as soon as you hear the step, we're going to do our jump throw, and that's going to fly all the way over, bounce off the wall here, and be a nice deep Heaven smoke. It's going to take a little while to get used to, and some people like to use the pallet on the left. As soon as they see that disappear out of their peripheral, they jump, but I find it's a lot easier to hit it after you hear the very first step of your character. Now moving on to the next smokes that we can do from the exact same spot here, we get ourselves lined back up. The first one's going to be to slow down the A connector, the lower rotates, and if you get lined up with the middle of these kind of lines in the windows here and the green bar and do a jump throw, that one's going to fly nice and deep, bank off the wall here and block off that door. Getting ourselves lined back up now, if we come up to the top of the traffic light just here and come across between these two bars here just below the South Bank sign, we're going to do a jump throw. This one's going to fly all the way over, bounce off this bit of concrete here and land in the middle, spreading across both sides, not leaving any gaps there on bridge for any kind of rotations. Then if we come back into the same spot, there's plenty of different smokes we can throw from here. 3 of them are going to be from this one little spot here at the bottom of this box. On the left hand side of it, where it meets up with this horizontal bar just here and comes down, we're going to do a jump throw. That one's going to fly all the way over, bank off the edge of this railing just here and be a nice short bridge smoke. Then we're going to come down and line up with the very tip of this kind of shadowed air corner here as it hits the horizontal spot and do a jump throw. That flies all the way over, banks off the edge of the railing just there and bees a nice deep pit smoke just there. And then from the exact same spot, if we aim on the right hand side of this corner just here and do a jump throw, that one actually misses the railing completely, bounces up and lands on top of the generator and becomes a nice big smoke there in the middle of sight, giving you a lot of good options. From the exact same spot, that's right, there's plenty more we can throw from here. If we come down to the bottom hole in this pillar and come out to the vertical line and do a jump throw, this one is going to fly all the way over, bank off this middle bit of angled wood and land in the middle of sight. So it's a really good one to pair with that short smoke that we just showed you on the left hand side here, because when you come out of short here, out of water, essentially you're going to have a nice little bit of real estate to get out and actually plant on the corner. Coming back to the same spot now, we're going to be showing over towards the barrel smokes. So if we aim at the middle section of this bridge just here and come across, and when you cock your grenade, you're going to have the red line, and you want to line that red line up with the middle of this white pipe here. So you come out and line that up and do a jump throw. That one's going to fly all the way over, hit the bottom of this pillar, and it usually spurts out just there, but even if you get it slightly wrong, it does cover off barrels completely, which is nice. And then if we come out to the left hand side and we aim at the left hand side of this vertical line where the rust spot is and do a jump throw, that one's going to fly all the way over, bank off this pillar and cover off the right side there. So there's 2 other smokes that you can throw nice and easy. That camera smoke usually is a lot cleaner, so I'm going to throw that one more time just for my own ego's sake. And that's going to fly over, bank off that and land where it should just there. So that's a bunch of different smokes that you can throw from just this one spot. And then if we come up to the first corner here as we're heading towards mid and get lined up where you can just see the right railing just coming down the right hand side of the wall there, what we can do is come off this top aerial just here and into the corner and do a jump throw. That one is going to land all the way down here onto A short onto the stairs and block off all of the vision from both sides, not leaving any gaps. Coming back to the same spot now, we're going to be looking for the slippery when wet sign and do a jump throw at the tip of the triangle. That one's going to fly all the way in, bank off the wall here and be a nice toilet smoke. So essentially that's going to give you a lot of real estate just here in HID and cut off the CT's information. But if they do push up and land up on the staircase near the fountain there, what you can do is actually line up with this little black dot that's here in the middle of all of the gray stain and do a jump throw. And that one's going to fly all the way up, bank off this tree here, bounce down into the middle of the staircase here, and cut off any of their vision that they have of fountain. Once we've made our way out to mid here and we want to start establishing our A control, we can throw all of our smokes from just here wedged into the side of this bench. You can throw 7 different smokes from here, 6 of them being effective for A, one's just a bit of a me. On the left hand side of this umbrella just here, we're going to do a jump throw. That one's going to fly all the way over and land on the side of van, which will cut off any of the vision that CTs have of long. The next smoke we're going to be looking at is if we come down from the left hand side of this chair just here onto the lowest part of this bracket. And what we're going to do is a jump throw from here. This one's going to fly all the way over and bank off this new door just here and fall down onto the flower box, covering off any of the vision that the Orbers usually hold onto A short. Coming back to that same spot now, we're going to aim for the middle of the umbrella here where the break is. We're going to do a jump throw here, which is going to fly nice and deep. And that is going to be your bank spoke, which won't leave any of the side angles from either the way with the way that the CS2 smokes work these days. Now, if we come back to the same spot and we come to the right hand vent here and up to the tip of the roof and do a jump throw, that one's going to fly all the way over and be a nice trash smoke that lands at the top of the stairs and does the same thing and plumes out of both sides. Next up, if you want to slow down the rotations of the CTs coming from B, if you get lined up with the top of this railing and follow that line across on the left hand side of where this vertical line is just here and do a jump throw, that one's going to fly all the way over and bounce past that trash smoke down into the actual staircase here, where the CTs will rotate up from B and just slow them down a little bit. The final smoke on A side that's going to help you guys get out is the truck smoke. So if you aim at the top left here on the corner of the wood and do a jump throw, that flies all the way over, banks off the guttering just here and lands in behind truck and cuts off any of the vision that they have from the back of that. So that's 6 really helpful smokes there for A. And finally, if you just want to slow down the rotations of anyone coming through here connector, you can aim at the top right of this light and do a left and right click throw as you're heading out, and that's just simply just going to drop down there and plume out and slow them down. And that's everything for A, B, and mid. That's going to help you get a lot of real estate and confidence on this new map for Premiere. We have one of these guides for each of the maps currently in the pool, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.